This video is brought to you by Gunmade.com, your #1 source for guns, ammo, and gear. Gunmade. Shop with confidence. The MP5 is one of the most iconic firearms in existence. Whether you are watching a movie, playing a video game, or reading a book, you stand a chance of running into an MP5. The ubiquitous nature of the MP5 in our culture has led to demand for MP5s that, until recently, was unmet. One of the companies that stepped in to fill the need for an MP5 in the American firearms market is Century Arms. Century Arms has partnered with MKE to bring a semi-automatic MP5, the AP5, to the United States. The question that needs to be asked, and what we are asking today, and hopefully answering today, is whether this MP5 clone, the AP5, is a worthy scion of the MP5 family. Many people are hesitant to buy a clone of anything classic. We all want the original, the real McCoy, as you will. Since the AP5 is manufactured by MKE and not H&K, some potential owners might be unsure if the AP5 is truly an MP5. If that's you, let me reassure you. The AP5 is an MP5. The AP5 is as close to an original MP5 as you can get without pulling one off the factory lines in Germany. The AP5 is manufactured by MKE in Turkey. And that came about because in the early 2010s, H&K sold their tooling to MKE, who then began to produce MP5 clones under license. What this means is that the machinery used to make the AP5 is the same machinery used to make the MP5 when H&K operated the factory. The initial importer of MKE's MP5 clones was Zenith Firearms, but when the contract between Zenith and MKE expired, Century Arms stepped in as the importer. Under Century Arms' brand, there are 3 distinct MP5 AP5 flavors available. There's the full-sized AP5, and then there are 2 smaller variants, the AP5P and the AP5M. Let's talk about some of the features of the AP5. The sights on the AP5 are the traditional MP5 adjustable drum rear sight and front post with a ring. Some people don't like this sight type, but I personally had 0 issues and found them very effective and accurate to shoot with. The AP5 has both a paddle magazine release and a button magazine release. The button release for me was very stiff and hard to use. I prefer the paddle release. The safety selector on the AP5 is functional, but it's nothing to write home about. There are a lot of options out there. The aftermarket support for the AP5 is really good because it's a clone of the MP5, right? One of the defining features of the MP5 is that aftermarket support because it lets you really modify the firearm to suit your individual needs. Another defining feature of the MP5 and therefore the AP5 is the roller delayed system, right? H&K is known for their roller delayed systems, and the AP5 being a clone of the MP5 has it. A lot of people also like the charging handle, right? The ability to do an HK slap is something that definitely goes along with an H&K firearm, and you see it here. I will say that the charging handle is not great if you're left-handed, but that being said, you can figure out a way to make it work for you individually. The handguard that came with the AP5 is textured to provide a better grip for the shooter, and is another area where many owners will make changes. I personally plan to change out mine to a more traditional style front hand grip, and other people will want to go with something like an M-lock hand grip. So it kind of comes down to what you prefer. Reliability-wise, my AP5 was awesome. I had 0 issues. I used 124 grain NATO spec full metal jacket rounds to break it in. That was the suggestion. And so it worked out awesome. There are some people who've experienced issues, but Century Arms has got a good customer service. and they've solved it. I've not heard any complaints in that regard. Accuracy-wise, my AP5 was awesome. Really good accuracy. I don't have a stock on it yet. I plan to turn it into a short barrel rifle or SBR. A special thanks to Natchez Shooting and Outdoors for providing the ammunition for this review. They gave me some PMC bronze, 115 grain ammunition, and the AP5 ate it up, right? For me, I've been able to put lots of different rounds through this, and the gun just shoots. So if you're needing anything, I really suggest you go check out Natchez. They got ammunition. They have firearms parts. They have accessories. Definitely something that you ought to go check out if you're in the market for something, either ammo or anything for your firearms. After the X-Star EP9 review that I did, I had some requests for a tabletop video showing the firearm and its function. So we'll take a quick look here at the AP5 and how it functions. Let's take a look at the AP5. It's a real attractive firearm. You see here, we're checking clear. There's nothing in the mag, or nothing in the receiver, nothing in the chamber. The front handguard's got some good aggressive checkering on it. It helps with your grip. A lot of people replace that with a more traditional MP5 looking front handguard. The front of the barrel has thread protector. It's a threaded. That's how you want to attach any muzzle devices or suppressors. I prefer to use a tri-lug. I use MKE magazines. It came with an MKE magazine, and then I bought some when I purchased it. I prefer the paddle mag release, but some people will prefer the button release here. I thought mine was a little stiff, so I went with the paddle more often. And it's just that more traditional MP5 look. The safety selector has got a very strong, positive feel when you're changing between safe and fire. It could be a little more stiff than I'd like, but overall it's not too bad. AP5 has that traditional HK drum rear sight that can be changed to make adjustments based on shooting distances. Some people don't like the way it looks. I prefer it. That front charging handle, obviously you can do the HK slap with it. Some people don't like the idea of the HK slap because you're going to wear that metal off, and I believe that's true. I don't know if I'll shoot enough to actually wear it off, and I don't know if I'll HK slap every time. But it's definitely that option, and it's cool. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go ahead and thread this with my CGS Mod 9 now, or not thread it, use the tri-lug. Put that CGS Mod 9 on it. I thought that my AP5 worked really well with the CGS Mod 9. And this is one of my favorite platforms to use a suppressor on. I've only used my suppressor on my PCCs, and the AP5 is one of the best ones in my opinion.